What's up?
Oh,
What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. It's your boys, LESKUZZY and Nick 215, and welcome back to Whenever You're Here podcast. And today's, I don't know how many episodes we are in, but we are almost near 40 in season two. So I think this is our 40th episode in season two. So we got a few weeks left until the end of the year. We like a few more, like a few months left. But today, this our first. If this is not our first video on the month of October, but we got a lot to kick in. How you doing, my brother?
I'm vibing and vibing. Life is good. Today's a good day. How you doing?
Yeah, life is good. Today, this weekend was a good weekend. I need to post stuff I did this weekend on my Instagram. I went to like a black tie event, but your boy was dapper, bro. We didn't wear a black tie. We were wearing a turtleneck with a chain and a
Hmm.
blue suit. But we were chilling, man. We were chilling.
Seeing you out there.
Yeah, man. But yeah, but with that, man. So the weekend started. Where we want to start? We talking better rap because we're a better rap podcast. So let's talk better rap.
Um, a lot happened. A lot happened. I know about the Math Hoffa and kshine thing. It hasn't exploded since then, so I
Yeah.
don't know. But
All right.
you,
I didn't watch the Keshan part of the live the part of the story.
mm,
So you can get into that, and I'll tell you where I got in, where I'm at.
okay. So Sean basically said everything he already said again.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the same old, yo, I don't owe you any money. Uh, he gave clarification like, yo, Jack Boy, he was signed to battle Daylight, but Daylight,
Yes.
apparently Daylight spent his first half. So
Mm-hmm.
now it's problems in the contract for them, and Daylight don't want to battle or something, right? So it's a problem on Daylight's side. He said, yo, I was cool. So then they
Okay.
gave him the Hollow battle. Well,
Mm-hmm.
one, I think he battled somebody else
Sick.
before that.
I think he said they gave him the.
I thought
I
he
don't
battled
know.
Sick after Hollow.
Yes, he said I know the part you're talking about. That's the part I saw from Keshan when he told about the daylight. He said they gave him. He was prepared. He had a five. If it's like five, it's like a five battle event like on the contract
Mm-hmm.
where and one there was one name daylight that was booked and four blanks,
Mm-hmm.
and he
So he
said
never got the Daylight battle, but he got all these other people. And
yes.
then he gave, he spoke about the whole thing. He was like, yo, the league owners is trying to have beef with the battlers, and they trying to get to the front of the stage and stand there and get fame like the battlers. Like, it's weird. So, and he's like, the
Mhm.
the battles are too far apart. Like, I still need cash. Like, I got kids to take care of. I got rent bills, all that other stuff. Like, he got stuff to do. So he's like, yo, can I go over on this league? Can I go do this? And they keep shutting them down. They keep blocking battles. So in his whole five battle thing, if you remember the end of his run, I believe it was
Yep.
Hollow, Ehart, um, Sick, one other
That was
person, and then Jack Boy. That would have completed his five battles.
yes.
Jack Boy didn't show up to the battle. Something stupid happened. Well, no,
Oh no, that
his lupus. I don't want to. My bad.
yeah.
His
His
lupus.
lupus kicked in,
Yeah, and
and
he couldn't battle. So
yes.
that happened. People treated it like Jack Boy was ducking. Some people respected his medical condition.
Yes.
So then he's like, basically, yo, he ain't showed the battle. I was there to battle, bro. The contract is up. Like, I'm good. And then I guess that's when they told him, you still owe us money. You still owe us at least a battle or two. And then the daylight battle never happened. But he's like, I did five battles. I showed up for five battles. I did every battle. Like, nah, we need a new contract or something different. Like, No. So that's why he
Mm.
was telling everybody that, yo, Jack Boy is his last battle. This is his last time on URL, all that other stuff, because he was planning his exit. Um,
All right.
and they didn't give him a contract. They didn't give him anything really. They kind of just held him to, yo, you still owe us money and you still owe us a daylight battle / Jack Boy battle. And he's like, I don't owe you that. I definitely
All
do
right.
not owe you that. So it's like, and they never met in the middle. So that's where it was standing
All right. So,
from that
where
podcast.
the uh, I was gonna ask, where does DNA come in?
Um, there's a part in the pod. I didn't watch the full pod. I watched clip. He
Yes.
put out like 9 different clips. I watched like 8 of them or something like that.
Yes.
Basically, he spoke about NWX, and then of
Mm-hmm.
course DNA is going to come up because currently DNA is on URL full time. He's been on
Yes.
every card for a while. Um, so of course he kind of has to defend Smack. If you look at the different thing, but Hollow literally just backtracked one of his bars and an old tweet from like years ago. Like they paid me not to battle Mook, and then he went back on that after the twerk battle and all that other
Mm-hmm.
stuff on Twitter and said, nah, I never said they never paid me. They paid me to not battle or whatever. So it's like some people are coming out and covering for URL's ass after their grievances. So it's like, yeah, they met in the middle and they're cool now. But 2 years ago, we didn't forget about you telling us that they pay to block battles and all that stuff. Um, we didn't forget. So
All right.
I
All
don't
right.
know if
So
DNA is coming out to save Euro's ass. I don't know if that's an
now, so
NWX thing. I don't know.
all right. So from all right. Okay. Now I kind of get it from so the DNA had like a 40-minute live. I think it was a response to Kayshawn and their relationship.
Mm.
So from what I got from that live, this is from DNA. Then I'll talk about Jay Black after that. But because Keishan put out a Twitter saying that Jay Black was paid not to downplay his run from 2018. Remember when we said Keishan hasn't lost a round?
Mm.
They say they paid him not to make him champion of the year. But okay, from DNA, he said so DNA and Keishan look like they're no longer friends, and they have not been friends for a while.
Well, when they came out and put and said basically NWX is done, and
Yes,
uh
that
Saga
was
wasn't
that.
rapping at the time. Don
Yeah,
Marino was done on
yeah.
his
So
runs.
so technically that's not so technically when they came out with that was just to stay face. That's
Mm.
what DNA said. He's like technically he's like I left them NWX first. He's like I was like okay I'm done with right now I'm about to do my own thing. I'm about to start like a managing company, right, managing battle rappers. So I can't be part of NWX, right?
And yeah, you can't battle
Yeah,
and manage people and stuff.
yeah.
Mm.
So he's like, so he's like, so I might, go out of NWX. So he's like, yes. So that's when something happened. So DNA talked about that Keishan before this contract that he took, I guess in I want to say 2021, him and Keishan started having issues, right?
Mm.
That's when the NWX kind of didn't do the 2-on-2 that having rookies team up with other people. So they started having issues where Keshan was walling on DNA because he was having issues with URL, and he asked DNA to he's like, yo, can you help me? He's like, I'm trying to get out the contract. I don't know if it was the contract that he's on right now or a different contract, but he
It's
said
probably
he
it's
could.
probably this one.
Yeah, so he's like, so the kind he said he gave it a timeline on the events that led up to them not being friends, right?
Because NWX ended, I believe,
Yeah,
2020.
yes.
I think it
So
was 2020.
he had an issue with like DNA. DNA said they had an issue, right? Where then so, the whole time I forgot what he said, but he had like timeline and dates of they are them disagreeing, them having issues together as a brothers, like what brothers do. Sometimes they argue. So here, like a timeline since 2021 to 2022, where there's in the period of time they were having issues, and he's DNA is URL, but so DNA was like, okay, let me explain my his side of the view. He's like, yes. He's like, Kshan, me and Kshan, we ended NWX, but technically I left NWX.
Mm.
He's like, I wanted to end NWX because I was taking a different route in my career at the time. I didn't want to battle as often, and I wanted to manage the new talent, the Don Marinos, the Elijah Strait. I wanted I wanted to manage like
Oh, so
the
that's why DNA was standing next to Don Marino and all those other people that was coming into
yeah.
NWX randomly.
Yes. So
Oh,
he's like he wanted to start managing them, trying to tell
makes
them
sense.
what to take, when to take battles, what to say into league owners.
Mm.
So that's what he was trying to do. So him and Keishan started having issues. Then Keishan signed his deal, his contract. So DNA said when he came to me, he called me before he signed, and I told him not to sign the contract.
Mm.
DNA was like, I told him not to sign the contract because I said you gotta have exactly what's guaranteed. They gave you one guaranteed battle and blanks, so they can finesse you out of this. They can finesse shit out of this. So I told him not to sign the contract. Then I guess something happened where him and DNA's grandma passed away.
Mm.
DNA's grandma passed away, and when DNA's grandma passed away, Keshan didn't say no condolences, didn't say anything for months. Like, so how DNA, let's be honest, DNA is like Charlie Clips. They take stuff emotion like they we have heard DNA talk about his grandma sometimes in his battles. He like clips. So he kind of said he's like that kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Mm.
He's like, so me and him kind of stopped talking at that moment. So
It
he
would rub most people the wrong way.
Yeah, so he's like, because he's like, first of all, he's like, so there was an event before that. They had a falling out earlier on where he kind of snapped on, so he asked DNA to talk to Beasley to let him out of the contract, right? He's like, yo, I can do it. We can do a 2-on-2, and after that, let's do a 2-on-2, and then let me out of the contract.
Mm.
So DNA went to Beasley and said, okay, Sean wants to get out of the contract. So can we do it? Me and Sean go against KCJ and Official for a 2-on-2 for an event, and you let him out the contract. So, right,
That makes
he
sense.
went
That's
to
cool.
he went to Beasley, and you already didn't want to do that battle. They didn't want to do the 2-on-2. So he came back to Sean. He's like, yo, bro, they don't want to do the battle. So Sean started snapping on him, right? Saying, yo, you are not like you working for them, this and that. Sean is hot headed. We all know Sean is hot headed.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a slight fallout, and he apologized at the end. So then the next thing was the grandma situation. Sean wild again, didn't say a lot of things. He didn't say a condolence. Then he went he went something on a rant again about DNA, and DNA blocked him.
Mm.
So DNA blocked him, and it didn't speak for like 6 months.
Okay.
So for 6 months, DNA and Keishan didn't speak. Right? So when DNA and Keishan didn't speak for 6 months, it ended up being so DNA said, okay, no. So they didn't speak before the 6 months period. So Keishan, before he went on a rant, he didn't say condolences, anything. So his grandma passed away in March. April, you know, April. I think that's when they did the 2-on-2 with if I'm not mistaken, it was the 2-on-2 with somebody who he didn't did a 2-on-2 with somebody, and he said something. You don't like if nobody's on stage with that, something like that. Like we don't fuck with them. He's like, don't worry about nobody on stage. They're not part of something like that, right? So in May or something, I guess DNA when they were doing the BT Awards. Well, you remember when DNA and Kesha went and did the BT Awards by themselves?
Mm-hmm.
So DNA and Keshan didn't speak for a long period of time. So he he reached out to DNA. He's like, yo, bro, we about to go on TV, so we gotta, let's squash whatever we got as a brother thing, right? So he's like, oh, somebody asked him about why you and DNA. Somebody knew that they were not talking in speaking terms, and he asked him. He's like, oh, the reason me and DNA we are not talking is because he dissed me in his battle where he said, don't worry about nobody thing. So DNA is like, wait, what? So you telling me you didn't say condolences because I dissed you? Then DNA's like, it doesn't make sense. My grandma passed early March. The battle that you're talking about is in end of April. So that doesn't make sense. Right? I guess that issue thing. Then they would do the BET Awards. DNA won the money, the 25 or whatever, 25,000. So DNA is like, yes, I won the 25,000, but if one thing when you work as a battler, if you go to a state that's not yours, you don't get the full 25,000. They take at least half of it. It's like something like that.
Okay.
Taxes, everything. So it's like, so when that happened, it's like BT was taking long to give him the money. So he was having issues with BT for them like giving him his money. So he was texting while telling them, oh yeah, they're saying this day. And they switched the day. He texts Shine. He's like, nah, they're saying this day, So Shine thought he was stonewalling him. Because they agreed if the winner split the money, they're gonna split half. Right? So Dana's like, yo, this is what they say. He's like, so when the money clicked, whatever day it clicked, he's like, I split them. I gave him his half. I kept my half. Then Kesha went on a rant again, so DNA blocked him.
DNA was like, blocking him.
He's like, bro. He's like, you went. No, he said energy. Something. Yeah, well, this was not on a rant like online. He went on a rant to him like in the text messages. So DNA was like, I don't want to deal with this. So he's like, I don't want, he's like my brother. He's my brother. So I don't want to deal with this. Let me just block you and I'll keep my peace.
But you gotta deal with your brother, though.
Yeah, but he's
it's your brother. You gotta explain sometimes. You gotta fight him. You gotta save your brother from yourself.
So he's like, so they didn't speak since the BET Awards. That was in August until they haven't spoke. I think they haven't spoken since then, right?
That's a wait, ban?
Like they haven't spoken since the BET Awards last year. I think they haven't spoken until now, and I don't think they're in speaking terms. Is that so? When Kshine, I think in December, remember when DNA did the whole outside event when people didn't want to come outside, and he did the whole outside event with Swamp. He had like his whole management team that he's managing, like Elijah Strait, the Saga versus Swamp. It was Z the Dropper, like all his people, like they were on the card all together at once, like Dom Arena on like one rounders on the outside, the first outside card. That weekend, that's when Kshine was snapped on URL. He went on a rant on URL online.
Okay.
When he went online on the URL, they asked DNA, and DNA didn't respond. Like he didn't take sides. He's like, yo, there's nothing. It has nothing to do with me. And he's saying the reason why I responded that is because I can't respond any type of way when I'm not even in speaking terms with Keshan. It's like me and Keshan are not in like speaking terms. So I can't respond in support of URL or support of Keshan because me and Keshan are not even speaking terms. It's like my loyalty was, it has nothing to do with me. That was my loyalty of like, I can't throw fire, I can't throw gasoline already on the fire saying that me and Keshan are not talking. So I just say it's nothing to do with me, it's between them. Right? So Keshan thought that he took that as him choosing the URL side.
Okay.
So he goes again. I guess he's text somebody that's close to DNA or his wife text DNA, or he took his wife's phone, text DNA's wife or girlfriend, fiance. He's like, "Can you?" Shine wants to talk to DNA, so DNA is like, "Okay, let's talk," and he snaps on DNA. So DNA is like,
I
"Yo,
seen that
me."
coming.
So DNA is like, "Okay, bro, the reason why I responded that way on the interview is like because me and you we are not in speaking terms. So when my loyalty to you was I'm not gonna speak on something that yes." He's like, "First of all, I told you not to take the contract."
He did.
He's
Hey.
like
Hey, if I told you at the beginning not to take the contract, don't be mad at me
he's
now
like
that I'm
yeah, he's
not
like,
helping. Like,
so now you calling me I'm pro URL. He's like, yes, me and URL. He's like, I have my own type of contract, you have your own. You wanted to do your contract this type of way, and I told you don't take that contract. You wanted to take it, so I let you be. It's like, so when they asked me you snapping a URL in right, they asked me in the interview, me and you we are not on speaker terms. We have not spoken since the BET Awards. That's like 6 months ago. How am I gonna respond to somebody say something? Because if I say something negative towards you, that I'm stabbing you at the back. So I just said it's not my business. That's my loyalty to you as my brother. Of like, I'm not gonna speak on it because I don't. Me and you are not in speaking terms. So that's landed up there. Then so that was the whole weekend. Him snapping, and him and DNA went back and forth. Then yesterday, he tweeted out, Keishan tweeted out something about Jay Black not giving him credit on his run. So Jay Black
oh, so
responded
he
to
just
him,
snapping on everybody. All right, all right. I
yeah,
see where this is going.
yeah. So he's
Sean
like,
is going to be wrong in a lot of this. The
yes,
contract situation, I don't think
he
he's specifically
he's
wrong,
well, yeah,
but he's wilding on his man's and the media, and
yeah. So
it's a whole thing.
he snaps at Jay Black. So Jay Black comes out. He's like, wait, why are you dragging me into this? He's like, I have nothing to do with whatever you got going on. First of all, he's like, so now let's speak about what you're saying that I didn't give you credit and they paid me to downplay your run. He's like, first of all, I was the only one saying that you had a run. So he started showing clips of him and Tech Nine before Tech Nine passed away when he's giving Keishan credit. Like, yo, Keishan is wilding again. Keishan is like this and that. Right? Then he's like, so Keshan, I guess Keshan's issue was like why he didn't win champion of the year one of those years when he was on the run. And Jay Blake is like, first of all, when it comes to champion of the year, I don't have, yes, it's something I created, but I don't have total control of it.
Yeah, because then it's just his opinion.
Yeah,
It's like 5 other people up there.
Yeah, he's like, we have a whole panel. He's like, so the panel, we have a certain percentage of everyone on the panel have a certain percentage. The people on the panel have a certain percentage. Then the fans have the large amount of the percentage of who gets champion of the year. So I can't say you champion of the year from my opinion. I think it's like for since 2018 to 2020, that 3-year run that you had, I was the one saying you can be champion of the year. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, I think he's like 1 year I think you finished second, 1 year you finished, you get facts. I didn't watch the full video, But he had clips, like he started giving clips of, like, Jay Black sometimes is petty.
That's Philly.
Yeah, he's petty.
That's Philly for
So
you.
his pettiness, he was like, okay, now let's talk about me not giving Keishan credit. He's like, here's my clips of me not giving Keishan credit. Well, technically, he was saying showing the clips of Helio just went into his YouTube channel and just took every clip that he was talking about Keishan and just put it on his YouTube and just cut it up with. He didn't put it in any order, but you could see where he was going with the video.
Mm.
So I was like, okay. So that led. I think that's is right now is more of the topic. I haven't seen anything after that, but it looks like Keishan right now is at a. I don't know if he's on a stage, or if he's trying to get traction, or He's ranting at everybody except the people that he needs to be talking to.
Which is your role.
You're right, and I feel like the reason why they can't talk right now is because I remember he said something that right now is now up to the courts. They have a loss. They've like the night is in the court system or something like that. So he really can't say shit about it.
Hey,
I don't know.
settlements happen outside of court all the time. Hey,
Yeah.
I say
So
go talk to him to figure it out. Cause bro,
yeah, I feel like y'all
you
can figure.
snapping on everybody for the last couple years. It
Yeah,
sounds
I
like your
feel like,
behavior is wild. You might be writing a contract, but
yeah,
everything else just
but
that's your
on
man's.
the
Why you
contract,
doing that?
yeah, on the contract, you might be right. Yes, I know Della didn't take the battle. The J Black, the Jake Boy Main battle didn't happen. It's not that Jake Boy Main was not there. He was there in the building. It's just his lupus kicked in. We know Jake Boy Main sometimes can thug it out with the lupus, but maybe that day it was severe, so he could not thug it out. We have seen him rap while his lupus is kicking in. So I feel like y'all can do that. And I think the other part that I feel like Yora is giving you a hard time is because when they try to rebook it, you say you're not doing it. I feel like you should have just did the battle and see what happens after that.
Yeah, he did say that publicly too.
Yeah. And I think that's why I feel like that's why Yora is just dragging their feet. He's like, bro, it's not that Jake Boy Main didn't show up. Jake Boyman was in the building. I remember that event. I saw Jake Boyman in the building, and when it was Jake Boyman, I think somebody came and said, "Oh yeah, Jake Boyman can't rap." He was still there, but he could not rap because his lupus was kicking in. So, and we know Jake Boyman has publicly talked about it. I think his battle against Lucasio, that's a picture example when he could not even stand by himself. Like he had to crouch while Lucas was rapping to him and his lupus was kicking in, and you saw he could not even stand, so he had to hold on somebody while Lucas was rapping. And I feel like for that part, I think you're always like, yo, you have to feel a little bit sympathy to Jack Boy, man. Not he's like, maybe I feel like if they did that battle, I feel like Euro would let him out his contract. Maybe. I don't know because Euro sometimes really don't.
Yeah, they might not
They're
worry about the daylight battle because I don't know if they can really get daylight. Daylight is
yeah,
everywhere but battle rap right now.
yeah. Dana is everywhere. He's on live stream with Emerson Kennedy.
Literally live
He's
streaming right now.
like
Right
so
now.
he's everywhere but battle rap. So yes, I might not get that battle, but the Jagboy man, if he does the Jag, I feel like he just needs to do the Jagboy man and see what happens after that. Because I feel like that's why your rail is just dragging their feet. Is because he probably say he's not gonna postpone the Jagboy man. He was there and Jagboy man could not rap because of lupus. And real is like, oh, so that's like you don't have that sympathy on somebody who's having a health issue. So they're like, okay, we're just gonna drag our feet. We are not letting you out of the contract.
Yeah.
And
That is
technically,
still petty, but I mean,
it's still petty, and I feel it's also business because technically the battle didn't really happen. So technically, he didn't perform. So because you're paid to perform. So I feel like if you just do the battle and see what happens, if they're still dragging their feet, then we go from there.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
got to
know.
meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah. So if he does the battle and see what happens after the battle, then we'll make a sense. Yes, you're right. Daylight didn't happen. It happens. Daylight is just daylight. That's
Daylight
one.
is special.
Daylight is special. He just does whatever he wants to do. And I think Daylight said he doesn't want the battle shine no more. He
After
has
he
said
lost
it.
to Hollow.
Yeah. So it's
But then
like
he
that
came
type.
back and cooked sick. That was terrible. That was terrible the way he cooked sick.
So yes. All right. Now I think Yara released a statement. I think it was yesterday or Sunday, sometime. I might try to read this statement. I'll let you guys know my reading. I'm not that good at reading, but I'll look at it. I'll look you guys. I'll let y'all know. Hold on. Do I have because and I found out yo, all right. So so urltv on X/Twitter. I will always call it Twitter. Official response to recent allegations of forced settlement claims. So this is the statement. The URS respond to the false media reports. Many in battle rap community keen aware of URL's legal dispute with former talent scout. Yes. This case, which were did not immediate, they have been going for more than 3 years now. As your insists upon fighting for the truth. The Euro trial court already had ruled that the talent scout was not a partner of Euro. A 1-1 victory for Euro. Okay, they're taking this as at a battle type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
We also won the second round, round two by knocking out any applicant, appellant court or also ruled that the talent scout was not a partner of URL and not entitled to be treated as a partner. Now, false rumors are being spread that URL was instructed by the court to settle. This statement is demonstration of false. Instead of all parties were directed to participate in a settlement conference. This is any this is an unre, un, unre, re, un, wait, I can't even see what the word is. Oh, unremarkable request on every for every case. Given the blending false reports that have been being or that have been leaked, URL feels complete to clarify what actually occurred by sharing the public transcript of the recent court hearing. As we uh I don't I can't click the link. Sorry, URL. As reviewed by the transcript, so I guess the transcript review. There was no a single word regarding money. No, not one. Any claim of a contract is made up. Joel looks forward to be winning in to its winning winning ways. Remain convinced that once the facts are heard, its victory will be complete. Okay, why? Yes, whoever wrote this statement sounds ridiculous. Here's the transcript. Supreme Court of the United States, the state of New York, Court of New York, civil dispute, I guess, patent 36. Nob's name is Doc. What? Dagomero. Norbs, you
His
should
name's
see. You
Spanish as
should.
fuck, ain't it? Norbs look like he big Spanish. Diego
Bro, no, it's not
Dominguez
even. Bro, it's not
Hernandez.
even. It's not even dumb. It's Dogo Dogon Bentoro.
Oh, he going crazy. Yeah, he's big Spanish. You can't deny that. I wonder what he is. Dominican,
Vetus,
Spanish, Mexican.
aka aka street status Norbs, street star Norbs or Norbs in the. He's the applicant. App, uh, applicant against Tony Mitchell, aka Smith,
Troy.
Smack, yeah, Troy Mitchell, aka Smack White, or Oral Smack Eric or Smack or Eric Beasley, Gene French. God
His
name,
name is Gene French. Ain't no way.
aka oh no, Eric Beasley. Then then that's not. Then Gene French, aka Chico.
Oh,
Chico, his name is Gene French,
I thought
bro.
that. That's crazy. Y'all real names
You
is getting put out. Yo, y'all doing way too much with battle rap. When y'all real names is getting
and
put out
your
here,
real
y'all doing too
and
much, man.
and Ultimate Rap League LLC, aka Euros, aka Smack Entertainment, INT, defended. Hold on. So so the person who did this, who started this whole case, is Nobs. Nobs, you dumb as hell.
No, Norbs was gonna no. I think if Norbs really does have evidence and all that good stuff, he cool. He gonna make his money. But
Yeah,
Norbs
but
wasn't playing.
unfortunately,
What was that? 2018, 2019? I was still in college when he did that. That was before COVID. Norbs was
yeah.
not playing. He said I'm old, whatever he's old, and yeah, he was
Appearance
not playing.
before whatever so they appeared like twice before. So this was in this was recently in September.
Yeah.
So this was in September 2023. So here so he's represented by a law firm, the Bose law firm, PFL. God, Nobs, I see what's the problem. Your lawyers, they don't have a LLC, they have a PLLC. That's ridiculous. Your lawyers are not that good.
They ain't got no more bread, bro. He ain't work for URL, bro.
Oh no, wait. You got oh wait, no, hold on. Bro, you got 3 lawyers? Golly. Nubs. What type of lawyers you got?
Norbs
You
ain't
got
playing.
three. You got three. You got one with the LLC, and I think your red has one lawyer with power. Like okay,
Don't
attorney
let y'all
defense.
lawyer get jumped, yo.
They have one. Well, I guess it's not a lawyer, but it's a one law firm. They're represented by one law firm, and Norbs has 3 law firms representing him at once.
3? God
What type
damn.
of what type of business? No, Norbs. What type of thing is this?
Norbs is not playing. Big Norbs ain't playing.
All right, proceeding. Good morning, Your Honor. The court. Good morning. You know what? All right. Note of the issue was filed. This case with the jury demanding on August 14. This filing of the note of issue triggers a requirement that the parties participate in a mandatory post note of issue settlement conference. That settlement conference can be with the court with the court, or it can be with the court ADR program, or it can be with a private mediator. What's your pleasure? Jerry's mic, your mic is not on. So I guess somebody's mic was not on. We will
No, hold on.
then
Skim through that and see where they really get through to the case. Because they telling you look, the transcript, they'll tell you everything somebody, like everybody said.
oh here. All right. Okay. I do believe due to the complexity of this case, how heavy the facts are, especially when the parties' relationship has been expanded over 10-year period, I believe the private media will probably allocate more time instead of allocating the time court. Okay. What type of transcript is this? URL.
Yeah,
They just
you gotta read through that and pick out the points. And
URL. That transcript is terrible. You just released one transcript. Oh, hold on. There's the more transcript. Page 4. Okay. None of that. Shit. Nobs. Nobs. I'm sorry, Nobs. I'll let you know right now. This case is not in your favor. Because they're not talking about any money. There's no money involved in there.
no money.
No money. They didn't discuss no money. There's nothing involved in this money. Golly, the only talked about is that due to the fact that they were in they had a relationship for 10 years. That's it. There was no money
It's the
involved.
beginning though. They'll probably go to court at least like
No,
a couple times
this
before
is
they
the
really
last
get something.
this is their last court date. From what they said, they went to the court day before. This was the end part of it. So they went in court earlier in 20. I think they like 3 dates in 20 something, 2021, then 2022,
Mm-hmm.
then August they went to court, then they went back in August. That's when they ruled that the Norbes was not a partner of URL. He was just an employee of URL.
Mm. Yeah, but
So
if he found in the talent though, come on.
he's not
Don't lose if
so
you got three niggas, yo. If you got three lawyers or law
bro,
firms,
he already
you better not.
lost.
He ain't lose
He
that.
lost. The only agreement that it was just because the URL just said, okay, we feel better for you, bro. We just gonna give you a settlement. I guess I don't know what's the settlement. They're gonna put a good word for him because there's no money involved. So what type of settlement is this? Are they gonna put a good word for him?
Twerk don't beat him up in backstages no more. Nah, we ain't read it. I ain't gonna say that. I feel like there's a lot more to it than just that.
Yeah, but from what I seen on the transcript, there's no money involved. Anything and with the only thing that was involved, it was that they all agreed that they should do it in the court system than having a private mediator for their settlement. And the court was like, okay, but there's no money involved. The settlement. So I don't know what type of settlement it is, but yeah, okay. Now that's more of this thing that happened in battle rap. Now let's talk about what we I know we started this segment with why Leslie's mad, and this week has been a bad week for me, man. With this should be why Leslie doesn't like. This segment is not why Leslie is mad. There should be why LESKUZZY doesn't like fanduel. That should
Yo,
be the
stop making them bum ass bets you be making.
that should be the segment.
Nah,
Hold
bro,
on.
you gotta make better bets, cuz.
No, bro, this is the week that was. This week was the worst one out of every week. Like out of all the weeks I have done this, like I have done betting this week, right? I've done betting this week. This was the worst one. All right, so we're gonna start off. We going. Let's go. All right, teams that have a beef with Mr. LESKUZZY this week with me. Bills come to the front foot. Your nasty ass team. Y'all went to London and lost to the Jags. The Jags should relocate to London because you have more London games than any team I know. They had a London game. I don't think you left London at all this week. If I'm not mistaken, you didn't even leave London. Y'all stayed in London because y'all were in London last
The
week and
Jaguars, right?
y'all, yeah,
Yeah, they always play in
they should
London. I don't know why, but they always
they
play in
should
London.
relocate. They should relocate to London. Next team, because I think they stayed in London. They had the London game against the Falcons. Then they stayed over and they had the London game against the Bills and they beat the Bills. Next team that's I'm pissed at. Next on the menu, let me see. No, that's the one I redid because I lost the first one. We're gonna start off. Oh no, we're starting like this. So, Washington Commanders, y'all the only team that. Why did y'all let the Bears win? Like y'all got blown up. Like what type of shenanigans is this? Y'all let the Bears beat y'all. Like this is stupid. Y'all stupid. Like for real. Like yeah, that was ridiculous. The dumbest. Baltimore Ravens. Y'all play the Steelers. The Steelers are a quarterback away. They're not even a quarterback away. The Steelers are terrible this year. And somehow y'all let the Steelers. They have yo. You know how y'all bad. Y'all made me pissed off. Y'all had the Steelers offensive coordinator mad that they scored a touchdown. He wanted the Steelers to lose. That's how bad that he was mad that the Steelers scored a touchdown because he didn't call that play. They switched the play. Kenny Pickens switched the play.
Mm.
He audible a play and scored a touchdown, and he was mad. But everybody else was happy in that booth except for him. That's how bad y'all were going against a team, a coordinator or offensive coordinator that didn't want his team to win. Houston Texans. I understand Houston Texans. Y'all gave me hope because y'all were playing great, but y'all lost to the Falcons. I'm just saying this is ridiculous. How you gonna lose to the Falcons? I don't. You know what? We gotta talk about this. I think we overrated freaking Bill Belichick. Tom Brady made Bill Belichick a great coach. Bill Belichick is not a great coach. He was never a great
I
coach.
mean, Tom. Nah,
No,
I
no,
don't.
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
like
no,
when
no,
people
no,
start
no,
doing
no,
that. I think
no,
they worked hand in hand
no,
because Tom
no.
won without him, and he won a lot with him. So
We can
and
say
at
he
different
won a lot.
ages too.
Yeah, we can say that, but Tom won with him without him. Bill Belichick hasn't won nothing without Tom Brady.
And you got to look who's on the defensive side also. Like if
Bro,
the whole
bro,
team is trash, ain't nothing Tom Brady or
bro,
anybody can do about that.
bro. That offense is terrible. And I feel sorry for Bill O'Brien because he's got to deal with the offense that's super terrible. Bill O'Brien, I'm sorry for you, bro. You should have stayed in Alabama because you had a great. Your offensive might is getting wasted while you coaching for the freaking thing. Like, bro, y'all lost by 36-0. Y'all didn't score a touchdown. Y'all didn't stop in the nosebleed. Y'all didn't stop. Bro, all right.
Now he's stopping the nosebleed.
Y'all didn't stop the nosebleed. The
You start
god
going
damn it.
crazy.
The Packers, come on, Packers, come on to the front. Y'all need to go. Y'all lost to the Raiders. What type of foolishness? The Raiders don't even have a coach. The coach doesn't even believe that he's a good coach. Y'all let the Raiders beat you, and I don't even think Jimmy G played. That's how y'all let it. Y'all let it, bro. This is ridiculous. Why are we letting people? Okay, now that's the teams I'm mad at this week, and y'all can see the list is longer than usual because this week was a terrible week because teams that were not supposed to lose to teams that were supposed y'all lost to teams that lost to teams that were not supposed to lose to somehow lost to the Raiders, the Ravens lost, uh, which team? The Bills lost to the Jags, the Commanders lost to the freaking Bears. The Packers lost to the Raiders. This is ridiculous. I can't take this no more.
What's funny is I
I,
probably would have called all those games, but hey, bro. And
Now,
I haven't been
let's
watching.
talk.
The Eagles won, so I don't give a fuck.
Now, let's talk. Yeah, the Eagles won. Shout out to the Eagles. Shout out to the 49ers, 5-0 club. We are the only undefeated teams in the NFL. But hold on, before we get into it, this is where I like to, I like to throw salt on the parade. I like to, I want to kick people out there still down. Cowboys, are y'all still them boys? Now let's talk about this so-called America's team. Uh, what type of America are we living by? Like, how do we judge America's team? Is it time we find a new America's team? Like, I feel like we need to find an America's team, a new America's team. Like, y'all can choose the Eagles, the 49ers. Matter of fact, y'all can make the Patriots America's team because they're called the Patriots. Shit. Y'all can make any team but the Cowboys. Look at this. And now this is why I'm laughing at the Cowboys. Because your best player said, "Oh, we are the same caliber team as the 49ers." Bro, they put 42 points on you and y'all score 10. What type of we are the same team? Shut up, Micah. They stomped you. You know what's sad? When I was watching that game, I watched that game like the first half. Right? This is what I'm telling you, Michael. There's nothing better about you. But you are one dumb person. That's one thing I know. You are not smart. I don't know. No, listen. I'm not saying you're not smart as an intelligent, but you're not smart. Sometimes you do dumb shit on the football field. In this game, you did a lot of dumb shit. Because how are you gonna go to the side that there's the All Pro? You lined up across Trent Williams. In what world did you think you're gonna win that matchup? I understand you didn't play against Trent while he was with the Redskins when they were called the Redskins. We played him. We know what Trent Williams is about. And you decided to go and line up with somebody who has 10 Pro Bowls and 2 All Pros. This man is gonna be a Hall of Famer when his career is done. This man listens to you, and he's the leader of that team, bro. This man comes out listen to NBA Youngboy. Even though I don't like NBA Youngboy as a person, but their whole team listen to. But he's the first person you see, him and Demo. And you gotta say on your podcast whatever show you have online, because Kiddo had the shirt that said F Dallas, and say it's personal now. Nigga, was it not personal? This week, you played a team that kicked you out twice, not once, not twice. They whooped you twice out of the playoffs. It should have been personal by then.
Should have been personal, didn't
This was supposed to be personal. Because this team didn't beat you. It was not like they beat you twice, like, they beat you 1 year and they skipped a year. No, this was back to back. All 2 years of you in the NFL, you played this team in the playoffs and they kicked your ass out the playoffs. I think that to me screams personal.
Hey.
I don't know. Yeah, bro. I don't know what type of thing. Yeah, Brock Purdy looked like Tom Brady out there. But your defense was carving your defense like a hot knife with butter. Y'all didn't even touch Brock Purdy. I heard that y'all had the perfect rush team. Y'all have the doomsday. What was doomsday on Sunday night on national TV? Because I feel like Brock Purdy went in the game with clean and left the game clean. He didn't touch the ground at all. I think one time he touched the ground, and funny enough, he didn't even touch the ground. It was a broken play, and he wanted to run with the ball, and that's the only time actually touched Brock Purdy. With that, anytime Brock Purdy was in that pocket, I didn't touch Brock Purdy at all. This is ridiculous. And you're gonna say laugh now, cry later, bro. I don't think you should want to see the 49ers again. He's like, when we see them again, laugh now, cry later. No, you're gonna be crying back home.
Nah, you gonna be crying.
I'm sorry. You're now 2 games behind the Eagles. The division is locked. The Eagles won the division already in week 5. I understand there's still 5 like more games to play. If y'all lose to the Chargers and the Eagles win against the Jets, the division is locked. I don't think you have any. Y'all can't come back from that. Y'all can't come back from that because y'all gonna get whooped, and y'all still gotta play the Eagles. If y'all lost to the bro, y'all know what, bro. Let's talk about Dak a little bit, bro. Dak, you are predictable. I'm gonna let you know you are so predictable because I think I predicted every pick that you threw. I saw the ball leave your hand. I was like, God damn, there goes the pick. And the first pick was terrible. Bro, how did you overthrow your receiver by 10 yards?
Dak
Dak,
Prescott
you,
is mid.
bro, Dak,
He had
your
a good
teammate was,
season.
Dak, you gotta throw to a person wearing a white and blue jersey, not the red jersey. Not red. I'm just saying. You know what matters? I might not even helping you. You should throw to when you your next big game. You got the Chargers. Somehow, if the Chargers somehow find a way to give you the game, because the Chargers gonna do that shit. Because the Chargers are like you guys. They somehow do dumb shit because they have a dumb coach. Somehow I have a feeling the Chargers are gonna do some dumb shit, and they're gonna let you guys off the hook. And your next game is against the Eagles. Let me let you know this, Drake. You just y'all forgetting like the first 3 weeks. Yeah, this man was quiet. Y'all thought this man was having a down year. Hassan Reddick is finally. He looks like he's healed from his thumb surgery because he was wearing like the first 3 weeks he was playing with like a club on his thumb because he just had a surgery earlier in August, right? And he still played through, right?
Mm-hmm.
This man, he looks like he's healed or he's almost 100% healed with that thumb surgery. This man is now coming out because he had 2 sacks back to back against the freaking Rams. Let me let you know, you're forgetting your offensive line is not gonna protect you that much because we got a baby rhino activated now. Jalen Carter, he's a baby rhino. He's gonna be a superstar. We know how we talk about Aaron Donald creating havoc, right? Bro, I saw literally the Rams were double teaming Jalen Carter, and Jalen Carter was not getting touched by the double team. Like the offensive line didn't touch him. Like what type of? I was like, God, Lee, this man is literally like swiping the whole 4 hands, like, and he's already near the quarterback. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, yeah, listen. And the Eagles didn't play with a veteran. They didn't play with Fletcher Cox. And you telling me you got a chance to play with God Lee? I feel like it's time for you. If I'm Dick, I should pray that I should pray because that defense, if they play like this against the Eagles, this is gonna be a blow again. And the Eagles rush the bro. We run the ball. We're gonna run the ball. Y'all let the 49ers run for 170 yards. The Eagles might go for 300 yards rushing. I'm
If
just
that
saying.
Dallas defense lets the other team put up 15 to 20 points, the game is over.
Bro,
Their
look,
offense cannot put up 15 to 20 points.
bro, you know how terrible your offense is, Dallas. Let me let y'all know real quick. Y'all didn't make it to the red zone. That's how terrible your offense is. Y'all beat yeah, I heard Dallas is going to the Super Bowl. We beat the Giants 40-0. We beat the Jets. We blew out the Jets. We beat the Patriots 38-3. And I found out what's the point. Why the scores were that big. I figured it out.
The defense.
It was not the offense. The defense was scoring most of your points. And you think y'all can score against the Eagles? The Eagles ain't gonna give you that much. We ain't gonna let you off the hook like that. We gonna whoop your ass. Y'all are terrible. Dak is terrible. And Dak, bro, you know what's crazy? Dak, you proved Stephen A. right because Stephen A. put a bet $1,000 and he said you gonna throw 2 picks. Nigga, you threw 3. You just said,
nigga, you threw 3. Hey yo,
bro,
it's a good time when your team is good and you don't gotta worry about it. I don't even watch.
Bro, it was so funny. I saw a TikTok, right? Now,
I'm waiting for this all my life, bro.
I saw a TikTok, right? And this guy is like, I don't. He's like, if anybody calling me about the Cowboys saying they stink, if you're in your, he was talking around with shit about the like, if your team stinks, if your team hasn't won the Super Bowl, if you have a losing record. I was like, yeah. Unfortunately, buddy, with me speaking, that everything that you put in the disclaimer that a team is irrelevant, the team hasn't won a Super Bowl. I was like, yeah, I was in the Super Bowl last year, so I have time to speak, and my team is 5-0, so I can speak, right? I was like, your team is trash. I'll let you know.
Cowboys can only talk down to like the Jaguars, the fucking.
They can't even talk down to the Jaguars because I feel like they can't talk to who.
I'm just talking about if you talking about history. Oh, what y'all doing?
No history. Years. They can tell you the 20 years. They can't even talk to the Lions like that. They haven't won the playoff game they only won 4 playoff games in 28 years. They can't talk to the Lions. The Lions at least won like 6. You can't talk to the Lions like that. You might as well just talk to somebody else. You can't talk to this year. You should pray you don't play the Lions because the Lions might blow you out too. Bro, I don't know. Now, I want to talk about this because this is something I want to talk about. Then we're going to end here because this is something I saw. I don't think VINIQUE has TikTok. If he does, I don't know. Right. So, on TikTok right now, so there's 2 people that I follow, right? Well, I used to follow 2 people, but I stopped following one after this weekend.
Okay.
So one of them is a movie reviewer called Straw Hair Goofy, and another one is King and Queen Lion, who's a comic reviewer, and he talks about comic books. One thing, I never thought I was interested. I never thought I would be interested. I pawned upon his videos because he talks shit about Batman, and to be honest, I like it. Anytime people talk shit about Batman, it's funny, right? So I started following him, and I followed Straw Hat Goofy because he had like some stuff I liked what he was talking about. His movie reviews were fun, and he goes to premieres. It was something like a black creator. So him and King Lion were friends on TikTok. They called, and I guess people on TikTok, when they follow each other and they know each other, call themselves mutuals or something like that, right? So they were friends for 2 years, and they became close, like like real life friends, not like TikTok internet friends, right? So Straw Hat Goofy made a video this week saying that he had to unmutual one of his closest friends because of what their behavior towards black women and their continuous behavior towards black women. And his examples, like there were 2 black females that, first of all, from the video, I was like, okay, he's talking about King Lion. Because the 2 females that he said, I was like, oh, he's talking about King Lion. Right? Problem is, he said he was attacking them and making them hard. It's hard for them to make videos on the space of TikTok. So the first woman that he brought up was this girl's name is Frankie. So her problem with King Lion was she made a take, right? When the new Spider-Man movie, the Miles Morales movie, Spread Across the Verse, one of the Spider-Man 2099, the one Miguel. She said, "Oh, Miguel is racist towards Miles and he's Afro Latino, something like that." And
He's not racist towards them, but okay.
that was the she made a
It's a
take like she
superhero movie. Like niggas always, they always fuck something up.
so she made the take. So everybody
Alright.
attacked it, and King Lion he's loud. King Lion has said it. He's loud. He said, "I'm loud. My response. I'm a loud person." So so he made a video disagreeing with her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he in the video he made a disclaimer. He's like, "This is not. I'm not attacking her. I'm not. I don't want no hate sent towards her. This is me just disagreeing with her take." In the beginning of the video, that's what he said. Don't say no hate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he made a video and said, "Man, I don't know if you know the comics." He's like, he's not racist. He's like, Miguel, his hate towards Miles is just he's an anomaly. He's an anomaly Spider-Man. His behavior, his actions, and what he does, he's an anomaly.
Which, if you watch the movie, the main point of the movie of why they're even fighting shouldn't be a main point because he knows he's an anomaly. But whatever.
Yeah.
It's the whole
He's
thing.
like, he's an anomaly. So he made a point, and she didn't like the point that he made, and because they already had history before, right? Of where she said something, and she said, she said something about a comic and King Lion. One thing King Lion would do, he would get the comic and say, "Did you read this? Read the comic." He would pull out facts, and she said, "Men explaining," and he's like, so people was like, "What's men explaining?"
Oh yeah, mansplaining.
He was like, "Men explaining," and he's like, "I didn't mansplain anything. You just go out the window and just start insulting me for no reason because I disagree with your take." Right. Then the other black women that he said we protect black women at all costs. That's what he was saying. Australia Goofy was the other women. The other women, her and she had a take about Spider-Man Universe 2, right? But she had another issue with King Lion when she came out the Jonathan Major thing, and she started. She was like the one person who came out like, "Oh, Jonathan Major, you see this actor something like it," but she was wrong. It's because she was like out the window, it's like, "Y'all gotta fire Jonathan Major. He needs to get rid of." She was attacking Jonathan Major, and come to find out she got her facts wrong.
Which he did get cleared, right? He did get
Yes.
cleared. They're looking into the white girl. But hearing how his case was said, this is just my opinion, but his case sounds way different than anybody else that has been acquitted. His case sounds crazy. And if you really link it up, I think that nigga did. But that's just opinion.
No, but
no beef. But
so she said that, and when everything was clear, the videos, the stuff, because I watched the videos too.
yeah, y'all can't jump outside and be clear in your opinion. Like I would just say I think, but I would never say he for sure did it. He's a weirdo. Like no, you can't do that.
So she went. So he came. Then she had to take about Spider-Man, right?
Terrible take.
A terrible take. And the funny
didn't
part
make sense.
The funny part, he had a Spider-Man say Gwen is gonna come out as queer because from the videos, like from the trailers, like, "Oh, Gwen is gonna come out as queer," and King Lion was like, "Okay, if she comes out as queer, it doesn't matter." He's like, we don't care, right? We support to her, but he's like, "Just give me the facts." He's like, "Tell me give me the facts." He's like, "Give me the facts give me your reasoning of why she's gonna come out queer." Then he said, plus, he's like, "I don't know if you read he said, first of one thing, his favorite thing is that, "I don't know if you read the comments or you see the comments." He's like, hair costume has always been those colors, right? It was like Queen. It was pink something. The colors. I
They
forgot the
did they
colors.
did the same thing. They said the other Spider Punk was supposed to be gay,
Yeah.
and I was
So she
like,
was
I
like.
don't think.
So she was like, "Oh yeah." So then she got mad, right? She started attacking him, like responding on Twitter to him. And one thing, King Lion, people don't know this. King Lion, the one thing I like King Lion will return the same energy that you give to him, right? So he'll come out calm. So then if you come out crazy out the window, he'll return the energy, but he'll never call you out out your name.
Mm-hmm.
So good story Goofy went out and said, "Oh yeah, this and that." So they went on the live. So when that video story Goofy came out the video, Queen so King and Queen King Lion, his page it said King and Queen Lion. He combines him and his wife together, but his wife never comes on. Like his wife is like a behind the scenes. They have their own comics. She's like the artist of the like. He writes the comic and she draws the characters. So she came out and responded to to Story Goofy's videos because to King Lion kind of felt betrayed because he's like, "How you gonna start throwing me under the bus, saying I'm the reason why they're getting attacked when I already told you all this privately?" It's like me and you are friends.
Mm.
I send you stuff, everything that they say. I send you screenshot and everything, evidence, and you're gonna come out here out the window, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's Story Goofy goes on the live, and they have a real crazy live. I didn't watch it. I just saw the clips, right? And one part where Story Goofy came out and said, "Oh yeah, I saw the screenshots of you sent me of people on from your fans sending hate towards it, dread threats, hate." And King Lion is like, "Wait a minute, I sent you the screenshot. Read the comments, please. I need you to read them." He's like, "You sent me. Did you not read the comments?" He's like, "Nah." So King Lion started baiting him in. He said, "Nah, I just skimmed through it. I didn't read them through. Read the comments." He said, "You want me to read them? I got them." So so Strawhead took the bait.
No
He
good.
fell for the bait. He read the comments, and none of the comments were any hate.
Mm.
There was no threats. There was no nothing. It was just saying they were disagreeing with this girl, right? So he's like, "I'm not mad. I'm not this." He goes, he's wilding. Story Goofy is wilding. Then come to find out, Story Goofy and something funny that the one thing I saw, it's not funny, but I feel like Story Goofy is trying to stay face because he's a movie critic. Like he's a movie reviewer. He watches movies and he reviews it. But since with the strike, the writer strike and the actor strike, and he's signed to those like big companies to do projects with them, you know, he can't review anything, any new movies because the union forbids them to do so, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you see how more actors who are on shows like right now, Power, Book Force, like Tommy from Power, they're not promoting their new season on his own show because they're not allowed to. Like 50 Cent can't promote Power because he's not allowed to promote Power. He's part of a union. 50 Cent is an actor, he's part of the union, so he can't promote Power, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's saying all that, right? So he gets mad. Then they talked about the first video that story that King Lion and this girl Frankie had, their first interaction, because King Lion is like, since you trying to say I should stop this, tell your friend to stop talking about me, and I promise I won't talk about it, right? He's like, you trying to tell me not to do this, but my I'm responding to what to her energy, right? He's like, I'm only just responding to her energy,
Right.
and I'm not even disrespecting her. I'm just being calm about it. I don't call her out a name. I don't say shit about her. All I do is disagree with what she says. And she calls me a bitch, everything on that. And you coming up here saying protect black women at all costs, right? And he's like, okay, cool. He's like, what should I do? Like, he's like, you shouldn't talk to females a certain way. This you should not be like throwing hate. And he's like, first of all, wait a minute. You're a hypocrite. He's like, did you not publicly have a disagreement with this lady? And you said my fans are doing it, are the reason why she's getting hate? He said everybody had a disagreement with her take. Everybody were calling it out for a take. She just chose me. She just put me out because me and her already had a history of these debates, and she knows that, and she couldn't win, and she just put me saying I was throwing hate. But you did the same thing, and you have a bigger platform than me.
Mm-hmm.
So then his wife also chimed. His wife was like, "So you saying protect black women?" It's like, okay, maybe because is the black women that you want to choose to protect. Is that because I get apparently, I don't want to say I guess, but unfortunately, Queen Lions, she got sexual assault threats, getting like threats of getting raped, like she was getting attacked. That's why she says she doesn't like social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
And King Lion talked to Goofy, Story Goofy, because Story Goofy is a bigger, you know, a bigger content creator with a big platform. He wanted her, you know, him to show light, saying that that's not cool, and he didn't want to do that. Then he's like, then now everybody is dragging Story Goofy in the comment section. He's saying that that's you dumb as hell. That's your friend, and you didn't call him. And you could see like the first day when that happened, like the day, like the first few days of that happening to King Lion, you could see the hate, like the disappointment, like how he was hurt, like his heart like was heartbroken, because that man, he's like, bro, he's like, you could have called me. He's like, we could, if you had an issue with it, you could have called me.
Yeah.
He's like, you made a video, and I called you. You told me, hold on, you're doing something. Then when I talked to you, we talked for 30 minutes, and you went again on a live and lied and say we talked for hours. So one thing about King Lion has this series called Dog Walking, where when he starts this, when he wants to drag somebody through the mud, he's petty like that. He will drag you through the mud. But he was like, you know what? I don't want to fight you. He's like, to the crazy part, I don't want to fight you. He's like, I really don't want to fight you. So that's the reason why I brought this story up was, it's crazy somebody, like, people do something for views and for stay face as a friends. That was fucked up, bro.
Right.
Then so he then come to find out, then this one thing I saw from Straw, like, Straw Goofy, I think this is a pattern that he has got so far, because people brought it up, saying that you have this pattern of you speak two sides. You are two faced, because he's like, when you did the strike happened and you promoted a movie and people called you out about it, you was talking crazy. He's like, but the people who stood beside you, he's like, King Lion stood up for you.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, plus also you talking about you accountability. Now let's talk about accountability. So King Lion, that was his whole big works. He's accountability. So I remember, I think earlier this year, so there was this kid who's big in comics, right? So he made a video and said King Lion was his favorite comic content creator, and somehow people on TikTok started hating on this and started reporting his account. So the mass reported his account, right? He got banned from TikTok. So King Lion told him, called, he reached out to him. He's like, make another account, and I'm gonna help you build that account. So he helped this kid build an account to bigger than before. The Max reported that account again. Like he built like this kid built like 3 or 4 accounts, and they was keep betting him down to the point that the kid's father was like, I need to take you off TikTok because it's really it's messy. So the kid started doing his YouTube channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And King Lion was like, how? So King Lion was the only one of the only creators who had a big name. He reached out to all the his friends who are big content creators, right? So then he talked about since this beef started on TikTok, he's like, okay, now let's talk about you. When we were talking about Geek, and I reached out to you for help, you didn't do shit. You didn't post this kid. You didn't help us. You just stayed by your side, just stayed on your lane and never helped. But you call yourself, you trying to be accountable. Let's be accountable about how you let people, grown men, kick a kid out of a kid's ass, and you didn't help us. So I'm something. So I started following Story Goof and I blocked them. And I blocked like this week. I'll let y'all know I have people that I have blocked on TikTok because the more I listen to the content, the more I saw that it comes up as hate more than whatever they call
Critique.
themselves, like a critique. Because there's this other content creator that I followed because he was talking about Colorado a lot, right?
Mm.
Then I come to find his name is Ricoknows. He was a big like football guy. He talks about football. But the more I watch his videos, and at first I used to ignore him talk about people, right? But this week it kind of pissed me off because so he hates Anthony Richardson, the Colts quarterback that the Colts took in the first round. He hates him.
Mm.
And like he hates him with a passion. Like he really hates him with a passion. Like somebody has a hate bone in them. He has that. He hates, and he has this thing where he talks about quarterbacks that were drafted like late as better than he calls them better than Anthony Richardson. He's like, oh, this guy, he's a better quarterback than Anthony Richardson. He's a better quarterback than Bryce Young. This and that. I was like, okay, cool. But every time Anthony Richardson does great, he comes out and says he never gives him credit. He still throws hate. So Anthony Richardson got hurt on Sunday against the Colts on his right shoulder, and he came out laughing. Said, "Down goes Frazier. Anthony Richardson got hurt, and guess what? If they played Jack Hanna, he would have not got hurt. This, bro, you making fun of somebody getting hurt.
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick.
That's ridiculous. And you're a grown man. Then you out here making fun of. You talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce saying that Taylor Swift doesn't know anything about something. You just hating Taylor Swift. Like why? He's
Yeah,
like,
she
oh,
just
they
had
have
the
to.
game supporting her dude.
Yeah, like he's like, oh, she doesn't. They have to explain what football is. This that, bro. She doesn't know what football is. My girl knows football. We don't care if your girl knows football. We don't care. If your wife knows football, we don't care. She's there supporting a dude. And I bet you Taylor Swift know football because she's an Eagles fan. She grew up in Pennsylvania.
I
She
didn't know
supports
that.
the Eagles.
She grew up in Philly or just Pennsylvania.
Like she grew up right outside Philly.
Yeah, she probably grew up in like a store or some shit.
Yeah, like I think because that's where she knows Andy Reid because Andy Reid knows the Swift family and they met while he was working in Philly. And she did say early this year, like I guess people like she came wearing the Eagles sweatshirt, and people said people want to know the I guess she showed a picture of a banner in a room or somewhere of an eagle, like a flag of the Eagles. And the thought she was talking about the band. He's like, yeah, I love the band, the Eagles, but that's not. He's like, I grew up. He's like, I'm from Philly, Pennsylvania. That's the Eagles team. It's like Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm-hmm. I
So
never knew
yes,
that. I never knew that.
I
I would have
yeah,
gave a fuck about Taylor Swift, but I
me too.
still kind of don't. But that's
I
dope.
really don't. Yeah, but that's one something I want to bring. Like, bro, everyone here on YouTube, if you're listening to us, be mindful of your friends. Like, not your friends, but be mindful of people you call friends online, because some of them are just weirdos, and they'll switch up on you just for stay face.
Yeah,
Because
some people capping too. Like,
yeah,
how you protecting black women, but you can't just
but
hold
you
them
just
accountable, or it's a opinion based argument. Like how
and then you gonna say, oh, they're throwing hate, bro. She had a terrible take.
it's weird. It's weird.
Tell your friend not to. If you gotta say kind, but tell your friend not to stop calling people out their names, and she won't get hate.
That too.
You had
You cannot throw rocks and
that,
then
bro. She
hide
had
your
a
hand.
take where she said if people say "ang" avatar "ang," I saw a video. That's an old video. She said if everyone say "ang" is better than Korra from the Korra, the other avatar,
Mm-hmm.
there must there these must what is it called? Fuck.
Misogynistic.
Yeah,
I hate that
yeah,
word.
massage.
Y'all overusing that word, and I googled it.
And I was like,
None of you niggas know the actual meaning of that word.
yeah, misogynist. Like, yeah, they're
They're
misogynistic.
using
Like
it
what?
wrong. They're using it wrong.
That yo, King Lion, bro, King Lion had this take because he's like, oh, because the whole thing is like, oh, he treats women differently. He talks to women down, and he's like, first then he's like, no, everyone's like, no, he doesn't. This nigga treats everybody equal. So somebody did a whole like a play by play of everything that happened with their beef, and called King Lion a feminist, right? So King Lion was like, wait, hold on. Wait, he's like feminist. So he stopped the video first. He did like he's like, wait, he's like, before I come for you, let me finish what you're saying. So so the guy finished like his point. Then he came back. He's like, I'm confused.
I don't understand.
He's like, wait, I'm confused. He's like, should I take that as an insult or as a compliment? Because you said I'm feminist, and how you explain that I treat everybody the same. I talk to women the same as I talk to men. So he's like, I'm confused. He's like, am I a feminist? He's like, wait, let me go and look at it. So he calls Siri a Siri. What's the definition of feminist? So he puts what Siri put up on his phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
He put it on the screen. He's like, feminist. He's like, somebody who advocates for women's right to be equal, to be treated equal as men. He's like, I talk to women the same I talk to men. I treat everybody equal. Am I a feminist? He's like, shit, damn. He's like, I thought that was a hate word. He's like, yeah, I used the word wrong. I was like, I thought that was an insult. I should come. That's a compliment. He's like, I guess I'm a feminist. And so this is the other thing that he did. One thing I like a King Lion, he loves his wife so much, and his wife does, like they have this part of when he does, he will say a random thing about a comic or something, and his wife starts choking him and say apologize or does something. So and that's how I know he has a wife. But you never saw her face until I never saw her face, and I saw her face once or twice, but she never did a video by herself without her husband putting the face.
With the internet stuff, you kind of want to keep your wife.
So she did. So she did the video responding to Goofy, like 2 videos responding to Goofy. Then King Lion came after and said, "I can't." She has said everything that she has attacked. She didn't leave no crumbs. She ate this dude up. I don't have to say shit. right? So he came out. He's like, "Yo, I got a beef with my fans." He's like, "I got a beef with y'all real quick." He's like, because he's like, I know y'all support me, but I feel like y'all love my wife more than y'all love me. He's like, that's because how y'all responded to my wife when she came up here and did all that, and how y'all went and supported me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta this like I thought it's supposed to be lion pie. He's like, this page it says king and queen lion. He's like, should I just change it to queen and king lion? Like he was making a joke. Oh, then I forgot to mention. Then Goofy had this bright idea to go on live. Story at Goofy. There's sometimes when you do dumb videos or go on live, you gotta make sure the comments that you pull up are actually hate comments. Because sometimes you look stupid when you pull up a comment that's dumb as hell. Because you went and said, "Oh, these are all hate comments." He look at this, but guess what? The hate comment said, "I'm Team King Lion." What type of hate comment is that?
Yo, bro, you can't. Yo, some people just be hyped to say anything, bro.
I'm like, did you know? Did you notice what you pointed when you say when you threw that shit? He said that means it. I'm just Team King Lion, and that's it. He didn't say nothing else. But man, that's it, man. Shout out to everybody who supported us. We are now past. We are 3,410 subscribers, if I'm not mistaken. So
Hey,
shout out to everybody. Y'all stop
shout out to y'all.
liking. One thing I noticed, we get views, but y'all don't like. Y'all don't like the video. Y'all don't comment. I'm getting pissed off with that. Y'all gotta start liking the videos.
Nah, it's cool. It's gonna come at some point. Um, thank y'all for subbing and viewing and
Yeah,
liking and doing everything. Please, if you can, like and comment. But I don't know. It's gonna come when it comes. I don't worry about it or watch it. So I'll be surprised when you come in here and be like, "Yo, we're at like 4,000 subscribers." Like, what, yo? I ain't look at it
yeah,
in
man.
7 months. So I don't know.
I know. I because I was looking at my. I looked at it this today because I was doing something. It was all I was putting a thumbnail for my reaction. Go if y'all watch this. Go to my main. I have the link to my main channel. My reaction channel is LESKUZZY. I just dropped a video. I just dropped two videos already. But now when you watch this, but I was doing a thumbnail for my one of my first videos of this week, and I had to switch accounts, right? Because I just put out thumbnail for I did out when I did the thumbnail for the last episode. To put the thumbnail for the last episode, I've left it in that account for my phone, and I forgot to switch it back. So when I switched it back, it showed me the subscribe account. That's crazy. Yeah. Without further ado, so you know what? Before this, I'm about to tell y'all what I got for this week. The teams I got for this week, so that y'all know if I made it, which teams. Right. So this week, hold on. Did I put? God. All right. Here's the teams I got on this week. I got the Chiefs, the Ravens, 49ers, Falcons, Dolphins, Jaguars, Texans, Seahawks, Vikings, Lions, Rams, Eagles, Bills, and I got the Chargers beating the Cowboys.
Um, wait? Can we run through it real quick? I don't know who playing who.
All right.
I could just tell you now: Redskins, Giants, and Cowboys. I got all of them losing. That's bias.
So
I don't
I
care.
got I got I got the Denver Broncos losing to the Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs, of course.
Ravens losing to the Tennessee Titans. No, Ravens winning against the Tennessee
Yeah,
Titans. I'm
I
sorry.
got the Ravens.
I got the 49ers beating the Browns.
The Niners.
You already said you have the Redskins losing, so the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
The Dolphins winning against the Panthers.
I have the Panthers.
You got the Panthers over the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
So you telling me the Panthers are gonna win their first game against the Dolphins?
Yes.
All right.
That's how the NFL works. You just, hey, I don't write the script, bro.
All right. I got the Jaguars beating the Colts.
Uh, I'll go. I'll go with the
Bro,
Jaguars.
bro, if the Panthers win, somebody's gonna win big money because the Dolphins are 900. They are favored by big.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on the Dolphins. You know
The
why? You
Tech,
know why I said that? They put up 70 against Denver, but Denver still put up 20 points. Denver sucks ass. They put up
no,
20
but
points.
but the Denver does put up 20 points every game though.
And they just keep fucking losing. So you put up 70 against this team, and they still put up 20. And then the next week you go out there and lose. Who they lose
But
to? A
then
team
they
that they wasn't supposed to lose to, right?
no, they lost to the Bills. They didn't lose to a team
Oh, that is a solid team. That's a solid team.
So they lost to a divisional rival.
Yeah, that's a solid team. I still got the Panthers with the upset.
This is why I don't feel like okay. I'll tell you why I chose the because I chose the Broncos, the Dolphins over the Panthers. I don't know nobody on the Panthers defense. The Panthers defense is y'all don't have nobody gonna start. Okay, Panthers. One thing I think y'all got going for y'all is that their lead running back for the Dolphins is injured. Ha. But you still gotta deal with Tyreek and Waddle out there running. The the 49ers, bro, the Dolphins have a 4-by-1 team, bro. That's one thing I got the Texans beating the Saints. Reason why they don't have Derek Carr up back there, so that's the reason why I got that's the reason why they got freaking Sammy Jameson Winston at quarterback. That's why I got the Texans.
Oh, I got the Saints. The Saints have Jameis Winston?
Yes.
Yeah, I got the Saints.
I got the Vikings beating the Bears.
Yeah, I got the Vikings. I got the Vikings.
I don't know why I even picked the. I got the Lions beating the Buccaneers.
I got the Lions. Yeah.
I got the Rams beating the Cardinals.
Rams and Cardinals.
I
got the Rams. I got the Rams. Kyler Murray is too small.
Yeah, I already know you got the Eagles. No, Kyler Murray is not playing though, but
oh, he ain't even playing though.
He's injured though. I know you got the Eagles against the Jets.
Of course.
You said the Giants are gonna lose to the Bills.
Of course.
That's whoever got the Giants. If the Giants somehow wins this game, you got big bank, bro. You make a big bank because they are down bad. The Bills are fair by 1,000. That's shit. That's why my money is my. Then you got the Chargers beating the Cowboys. So yeah, I need to reuse this, but I don't have enough. So I lost. There's some bets that I lost already, like the Travis Hunter winning Heisman. I lost that bet. I lost the Aaron Rodgers winning.
It's
MVP.
not possible for him to win Heisman.
He missed 3 weeks.
I think it's still possible.
I don't. Nah.
Well, Heisman, yeah, they're like quarterbacks more than he's a receiver and DB, so yeah.
Yeah. Plus he gotta do. He might have to do like crazy numbers when it comes back, and to get that Heisman narration, and they might have to win out all the games to even get the consideration for Heisman. But yeah, without further ado, man, we already said drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and we out, man.
Peace.